All right, Time 97, TT Torres. And of course, we are here with another episode of Artist Quarantine with Emily Chapa. But I was reading, I want to say either it was your double XL interview or your complex interview. I'm not sure which one. But I was reading that rap for you was just a hobby at first and that you really started taking it serious in 2018.
Yeah, I started taking it serious like when I seen like my first song. The first song I dropped it had went viral, but at first I was just really freestyling in cars and just rapping over beats. But once I actually went to a studio and I recorded my first song and I seen how everybody was messing with it, I said, "Oh, this is something I gotta take serious because this could change my whole environment. Just change the whole situation."
Yeah. Was it the Shotta Flow song that really took you over the top?
Yeah, that was a song that really took me that blew me up for sure.
Yeah. And then that video is crazy. I was reading your recent tweets and I actually have been reposting you a lot lately. It's crazy to see your transition and your growth from when you put out the Shotta Flow video to now saying you're not going to rap about violence anymore. Anything that talks about violence is something that you've done in the past. What made you come to this point in your life where you wanted to do something different?
I mean, just realizing like it's a bigger picture to everything. Right now, like pretty much that's all we hearing, just us killing each other or talking about, the shit that you hear every day on the radio. Like it should be different. It should be a time for like unity, peace, and positivity with all the negative that's just going on. I ain't really just too big on rapping about killing or none of that shit, especially if it's to our own. Cause I feel like at this time, everybody's supposed to be together and unified.
Yeah. And you also spoke about meditation and spirituality and stuff like that. Is it hard for you to get in that zone of meditation? Is this something that you just started getting into or you kind of always had that spiritual foundation?
I just started getting to it like last month, but it'd be hard when you try to like get everybody else around you on the same thing that you be on. It kind of stress you out. That's what I've been on like the last week. I was good, but now it's like I've been trying to get everybody else to be on the same page as me, and this stuff just really stressed me out. So now I just realized you can't do that. You gotta focus on yourself. That's what I was doing the first time. So I'm just gonna get back into that.
Yeah. I think everybody gets to their awakening moment or their journey moment at their times, right? Like I remember when I first started meditation, I could only do 5 minutes at a time because the hardest thing about meditation is getting your mind to calm. Because when you sit still and you get your mind to sit still, it takes a lot of discipline to do that because you start to think about all the other distractions of the world. So it's hard for people to get to that point in their personal lives where they can be still, right?
it's it's like I don't know, like it's different. I use frequency beats, like frequency waves. It's like a hertz, and it's like different hertz that connect with your brain, and it actually focuses like more on like the shit you trying to focus on. So it depends on like what hertz you put it on. Like if you trying to ground yourself more with your root chakra or stuff, you use a different type of hertz. Like I meditate with earphones, and I don't never. Well, sometimes I meditate without them, but I started out with just listening to different sounds and stuff.
Sound wave meditation. That's pretty dope though. I know a couple of people that actually do that and they said it's very calming. They do it before they go to bed at night and it soothes them and calms them. I've never tried the sound wave meditation, but I heard it's really, really therapeutic.
I go to sleep with them usually. I need to start back waking up to them. Like I really got all the way out of whack just trying to focus on everybody else, and it's just made me mad.
Oh, look at your doggy. Let me
I
see.
gotta start back into what I've been on.
The boy or girl?
Just what
What's his name?
Kingston.
Kingston. I heard you like reggae music too.
Yeah, I'm Jamaican, so I fuck with Bob Marley, Shabba Ranks, all the Jamaican, a lot of
You
Jamaican.
can you cook Jamaican food though? Is the big question.
My grandma can.
What's your favorite dish?
Probably the Aki and jerk chicken. I fuck with
Nice,
curry goat too.
nice, nice. So speaking of food, you also talked about removing the alcohol too and stop drinking alcohol and you talk about how it takes part of your soul. Talk to
Yeah,
me
I ain't
about
never drink alcohol though. Like I was never big on alcohol. I don't watch people drink alcohol and just see what it do to them. You know, as me, I never just been a drinker. I was a smoker though, but I even stopped smoking.
it. Wow. Wow. What made you want to give all of that up?
I mean, like really, like with the smoking shit, it started to be a point to where I was treating them for like my emotions, and then it was like to a point to where I was getting, I wouldn't just say addicted, but it felt like I was just needing the smoke, like I need to smoke, and it was more so the backwoods, I believe, than the weed, because the
Hmm.
backwoods is like smoking a cigarette. So I was just telling myself, I was like, bro, you need to chill, like you really need to start smoking, like you smoking
Yeah.
too much, especially with this quarantine, with how quarantine was. So I just once I found meditation, it was just something you keep telling yourself while you meditating. I don't need backwoods, I don't need to smoke weed. And it's like when you come out of that meditation, it's like your train of thought is in your DNA. So it's like
Yeah.
you don't need it. So
I always tell people everything you want in life starts here in the mind.
it's within yourself. Your mind powerful. Like your mind can get rid of diseases. Your mind can do so much if you have a disease and you just constantly tell yourself it's done, it's healed. It's done, it's healed, or it's gone. Like I promise you, like you will start to feel better just by you telling your mind, telling your mind how to work. So it just be little shit like that, like your mind powerful, mind
Yeah.
over matter. I ain't never understand those phrases until now.
Yeah, and everything that you want, because I learned this through my journey. Your body is just a a temple that's just you're having a spiritual experience through your body. So
Yeah, you just
everything,
holding your spirit in. Your
yeah,
body is holding your soul pretty much.
exactly. And it's literally the seat to the soul. That's basically what it is. And everything that you want or you want to see happen all comes from your desire to believe in it and control it and visualize and vision it coming
Yeah, it's
to
your faith.
fruition.
It's like that faith, like not even just hoping it come true, just knowing that it's already there. You just gotta, you know, act as if it's already there. Keep working towards it. Like tell yourself you already got this, you already got that. Even though you might not have it physically, but if it's in your mind, you already have it. Cause like your mind can conquer anything. Like niggas flying. I don't like this is one example I use. When I heard somebody was flying a damn jetpack beside the plane or some shit, I was just like, they just let you know you can do anything.
Yeah.
Like
That's
so
one of
it
the
just
reasons why I wanted to talk to you. I'm like, there's so much more to him than just the music. Like, I just found you to be so interesting lately. And I'm like, I just want to talk to him because before, I was watching your videos and I guess I was prejudging you based upon what I just saw out there on the internet. But as I started to follow you just recently and pay attention to what you've been saying and what you've been doing, I'm like, it's something about him that intrigues me, and I want to be able to have a conversation with you. And just what you're saying right now is just something that I think your audience can benefit from if they really pay attention to the words that you're saying.
yeah, for sure. Like that's what I just been trying to, but like you know, I don't know. Sometimes I just try to I'm thinking I'm taking a break from it because I see sometimes it like the more positive you get, the more negative. you know. But
Yeah.
I feel like you doing everything right if you getting a lot of negative. It's something I'm new to that. I ain't never just got so much, just seen so much negativity, bro. It's just driving niggas to not wanting to put that positive message out. But now it's like, bro, like if you getting all this shit back, bro, you doing something right. It's something you doing right that all these people, saying, oh, it's something you doing right. So I just
But
gotta keep going every day.
the thing is, the energy you put into the universe, as you know, will come back to you as a boomerang.
Yeah.
So I do notice, like when I read the blogs, Our Generation and College Kid and some of these other places that post you, all of them post you because you garner a lot of hits for them. And you do see some of the negative comments and stuff like, oh, he's a preacher now and some of the things like that. But I think those are trolls. Number one, they're not real people, they're bots. And two is that some people just haven't come to that maturing stage that you're in right now, that stage of consciousness.
Yeah, for sure. They just not there yet with me. And this, in the beginning, I don't know, like in the beginning, I wasn't focusing on them. But like, I don't know, I think it's just been just me trying to, more so just family. I understand that my fans getting the message, but when there's people around me day to day that's not listening to what I say, like, you just don't know how bad that'll drain you. Like, that
Yeah.
will really drain you out. Just if somebody around you feel like they're not hearing you out about when you're trying to change somebody's life, like when you're trying to help somebody change, like just change somebody's life. But like that's one of the biggest things you can do, change somebody's life, just giving them a perspective on what the real world is, because a lot of people think they're in the real world, but it don't be real at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
But don't let that stop you from being who you are.
It
Because
don't
when
stop me. It just fuck up like my thinking. Like it just
Yeah.
fuck up my thinking about how shit is. It had me questioning shit when I know, like when I know what's been working, but it made me sit like, damn, like is
How
shit,
come this person can't see it?
yeah, like it had you really just questioning. Then it'll leave you in a state to where you kind of forget what was working for you just by dwelling on this one thing. And it'd be cool though. I got a journal with me. I write down there a lot of
Oh,
shit, so I can never get like too out of touch. I'ma always go back to my book. I always go back to that journal, read down my affirmations, read down everything that was working for me. So I can never get too out of touch. Every day I wake up feeling a different way for a reason. Anyway, probably it's a different message I got to get out because
yeah.
I'm on a journey. I got a purpose, so
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna
supposed to wake
send
up.
I'm gonna send through my people to your people some beautiful journals because I collect them. I do exactly what you do. And it's crazy because the first thing I go to in the store is journals. I love them. Beautiful ones. I could like pull a bunch of them down and show you. I love certain pens for when I write. But I think journaling is very therapeutic and calming.
I be reading too. I read books. I do a lot. I
Yeah.
try to just stay,
Yeah.
release stress. All that stuff just tones down stress. Reading can relieve stress. Help
Yeah.
your vocabulary too. Like I be saying words sometimes that I never even fucking heard of. It just like yesterday I was out there gardening and polygamy came to me. Like I never heard of this word polygamy, but it just went in my head, polygamy. And I just Googled it on the spot. I'm like, why the fuck? And it had something to do with plants and stuff. And it was just crazy. It just let you know everything be within yourself. Like, I don't know how
Yeah.
the fuck that word came across my brain. But the
Do you
first definition, it was like more than one wife or something. But the second one, it was about plants. And it was crazy because I was out there with plants, gardening.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Do you feel like your creative um your how can I say this? Your creativity level has enhanced since meditating, like what you do in the studio and how you make music and stuff like that.
it's for sure has in hands. Like, I really did slow down and my brain just started putting a lot together. Like it just be crazy. Like at first like I said, another reason why I stopped smoking, I felt like I need a backwood or some weed just to get a creative thought. When all in honesty, that shit was really just crippling me to depend on my own, my own
Yeah.
state, my own. Like, I couldn't do nothing like sober. So it
Yeah.
was like crippling me in a way. So I knew I had to stop.
Yeah.
But now my creative process be it'd be way more better because one of your chakras in your body is, creativity. It's the same as creativity in your sex. Like if you're having too much sex, you won't be as creative because you're
Yeah.
using that energy. So that's, it's just all about figuring shit out, just learning
Yeah,
shit, just
no,
learning it.
you're absolutely right because what you let into your body or into your space, that energy triggers your brings out certain emotions.
For sure.
So
I
it's
just feel like
important.
at this point, I just need my own, like just my own space all like 24/7 because it really helped me think like when I'm in my own space, it ain't no other energies around you to fuck up your train of thought. It's all you. It's all,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, and that's one of the things that you can meditate and pray about is for God to send you the right people to bring you the right energy. And that energy will come back to you like a boomerang.
That's what I do that.
It'll
I feel
come.
like it's more so me. It's just I know what I gotta do, but at the end of the day, I go against it every day just because I'm a good-hearted person. I be like, man, I can't be this selfish because really, it's like to the point to now, it's like you done did what you can do. Now it's time for you to be selfish. Stay to yourself. Always check with self before you even check with anybody. They tell you not to be selfish, but hey, that's
But
how
that
you really gotta be, because you will really be drained trying to worry about everybody else
but
when
if
you
it
not even
doesn't
when you
suit
ain't
your
never did what you do.
mental though, it's okay to put boundaries in place. It
I
is
know I got
okay.
plenty of boundaries. I wake up a certain way. I do. It's
Yeah,
boundaries in place. It's just I go outside my boundaries, trying to make sure everybody else have boundaries. Like
yeah,
I know I'm good. Like at the end of the day, I can be mad, but my soul not mad no more.
yeah,
Like I can be mad. I can put this out, but at the end of the day, when I put this negative out, I can go right back to smiling and laughing and doing what I do. Cause at the end
yeah,
of the day, my soul not mad. Cause I'm doing everything to treat my soul, nourish my soul. It's just my soul get mad at me when I try to do people, do that
yeah.
for the blind when it's all within themselves.
Yeah. And one of my sayings is, and I tell this to myself all the time when I feel out of whack, I'm like, you got to feed your soul. And I tell that to my sister. I used to tell her that for years. My sister was a wild girl, like street life, loved all the craziness. And I used to tell her, the minute you start feeding your soul, the minute you start transitioning your mind. And I love the fact that you mentioned that like the soul is really what's important in feeding that soul.
So for sure, that's all you got at the end of the day.
And you got to feed your body the right food because a lot of people took what you said about the McDonald's burgers out of context. And you were absolutely right in terms of food and what you put into your body.
Pretty much it was on under the fly that nobody really, but as soon as I had to point out an artist, which I really pointed at that artist not for the attention, but just off the fact of like, man, you killing our people at the end of the day. Like at the end of it's cool to make your bag, make your money, but like you gotta know like this what like
Hmm.
when the fuck have they the last collab was with Michael Jordan. This was so long ago, but it's just crazy. At this time of point, like right now, it's a collab just with like you just gotta know, like you gotta know, like at the end of the day, bro, slavery is like bigger now because like we slaves to food now. We
Hmm.
slave like us African Americans. We're not even African Americans. Israelites, whatever we are, we not eating right. Cause I walk in these farmers market and no offense, I see a lot of the white people. I be like, man, like all these white people got the ups on us. Like they really know what to put in their body, what to do.
Yeah.
But
But
you're
we
not gonna
are,
see too many. You're not gonna see too many just
yeah.
black people just trying to eat right. And
Well, if you notice, if you go to a lot of our communities, every corner you're going to see a fast food shop. You're going to
you're
see
gonna
a
see a
Chinese
fast food gun
restaurant,
store. You're gonna see
drugs,
churches.
alcohol. You're going to see liquor stores. I mean, all of that stuff is designed to keep people oppressed. And
But then at the same time, though, I feel like with the word I've been putting out, the stuff I've been saying, like people should know, like this one thing I realized since gardening. You can take a seed for 99 cents or just a few cents, and you can put that one seed in the ground. This is where you reap what you sow come in so important that you put that one seed in the ground and you can get 20 some fruits. 20, you could get so
yeah,
many vegetables, so many,
it's
just off
interesting. I
that.
was having a conversation one time with Money Man, the artist. He came into my office before quarantine, and he was talking about how he farms and he actually bought land and he made crops of his own food and he eats off of his farm, off of his land that he purchased. And he
Mhm.
does the farmers market and stuff like that. And it's interesting how some people will get that message and some will it will fly over their head. But when I stopped eating meat and stopped putting all of that in my body, like my skin cleared up. I used to have problems with acne all over my face. I was extremely overweight. I would be like a yo-yo, up and down, up and down, up and down. But what you put in your body is extremely important.
They really killing us with the food that they put in. I be any nigga around me, any person around me, I make sure they eating vegan food, if they eating, if I, but I'm
eating
to the point
healthy
now. I
or
don't care what you eat. I don't even care. I know what I'm gonna eat though.
yeah,
But
yeah. Even like with my son, I tell this with children, people that have children too. Be careful about what you feed your children because they're quick to label them ADD, ADHD, but a lot of times it comes from the food
yeah,
and the sugars and the spikes and like that's why like I always make sure like I pack my son's food when he was in school before quarantine
yeah,
because the food is very important for their learning and their behaviors.
yeah, for
So
sure.
you have to pay attention to that. One of the interesting things that I saw you also tweet about is just after this deal, you want to go back independent, which you had a huge amount of success in the independent world. I
Yeah,
remember once upon a time reading like labels were like giving you upwards to like $3 million to sign with them. It was just insane because, like I said, you broke from the internet and your streaming and everything is so bananas. But what made you want to say I want to go back to being independent?
I mean, like I'm basically independent. Like I have my own, I have my own label. I still own my music, but it's just a creative thought, like of you to just empowering everybody around you instead of just keeping the rich getting rich. Like I, this is one thing I realized. I tried to sign with them. I tried to sign my partners, and like, oh, it's not enough money for the, it's not enough for everybody, or people won't, or they're not gonna get the same deal as me. And I just feel like they'll be wrong if I got creative control, I got all my masters and stuff. But if I sign my nigga here, he gonna have a slave contract. Like that really ended some friendships for me. Like just off the
Yeah.
simple fact, like I sent one of my niggas a contract and it was pretty much a 360 contract, and I told them make sure it's fair, and it was pretty much a 360. And that's gonna fall back on me at the end of the day. It ain't
Bad
gonna fall back on
reflection.
y'all,
Yeah.
cause y'all they don't know y'all. It's gonna fall back on Chop. So like I just feel like this shit wrong. I'm not gonna be the only one with this blessing. I want to share this shit around. And then speaking of land, I bought some land. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the land. I know for sure I'm gonna have some like farming. I'm trying to have like affordable house
I think he muted. Oh, there you go.
label on there. You know, just stuff like that to empower the people around us instead of just living in this fucking a matrix for real.
Yeah,
Like,
living in a rat race. Living in a rat race. You want to change the trajectory of where you can go with the talent and the creativity that you've been blessed with. How do
yeah,
you
like
take that and then bless somebody else? Because it's removing the ego of self and
mm,
replacing it with others.
for
And
sure,
and I think you're on the right track for someone so young to get this message. And I think that's incredible.
for sure.
Um, Now, something you and I kind of disagreed on was the voting perspective, but I wanted to talk to you more in detail in terms of of voting.
Okay.
Um, Now,
See, I never voted before though, so I can't really. It'd be hard for me to speak on it.
okay, so for me, right, I think it's important for people to vote. However, I think it is also very important for you to treat your vote like an independent, meaning, you know, go for the candidate that you think is going to represent you and what you believe in. But I also think you have to take your own life into your own hands
Mm,
because no president or politician is going to do anything to help your family in this country because this country is so fucked up.
it's this book. It's called The Last President. If you
I
look
want to
it up,
read it.
you can read it, bro. I'm talking about it was written in the 1700s,
Hmm.
but it goes with everything that's going on down there right now.
I'm gonna
The
write it. I'm gonna write that down so I can read it later. Okay.
president name is Don. It was
Okay.
another. He got a son named Barron Trump. And
Uh-huh.
he even got Pence. Who is Pence?
Mike Pence, right?
Pence. All of these characters are in this book from the 1700s, and then the book is called The Last President.
All right, I'm gonna read it. I'm
So
gonna
I
read it.
just don't see it being another election. Like I can't. And then they said it was supposed to be a meteor hit the day before the election or some shit. Why? But I'm not gonna lie, it won't be another election. Like the the two
As we
candidates
know
we
it.
have,
Yeah.
the two candidates we have, I just know you saying just no. Like just trust me on this. I promise you. If you look at the book, you will see
I'm
why
gonna
I'm
read. I'm gonna read it. But I still think people need to get out there and exercise their right to vote. But you and I can have an offline conversation a little deeper
saying. For
about
sure.
it. So, what else is next for you? Like, what else do you see yourself accomplishing, or where you want to go?
Pretty much just right now I'm just focusing on just changing the world and whichever way I can do that, waking up informing my people, putting it in my music, whatever I can do. Feel like I got a real purpose to be here. Sometimes I feel the moment I feel I'm off track from that purpose, God send me signs to know that I'm all the way on the right track. It's just I'm waiting for my next task. It's all it be. So it's just all about, sending those prayers up, asking God, what is your purpose in life? Because I just feel like I got a big, big purpose in this world. And I said that shit when I was little. Like I said, I don't know why I said it, but I was like, man, I just feel like I'm gonna be able to change the world one day, like on some real superhero type of shit. Like I just feel like I was like not like just the one, like a chosen one. Not I don't
Yeah.
know, I just feel like I'm really chosen to get the message out that God put in my body.
Well,
And I
you're in position for a reason. You're
just
you
always
are
in
who you
position.
are for a reason. And it's crazy because I look back at your interview you did with Hip Hop DX maybe like 2 years ago, and you spoke about the very same thing that you're doing now, how you want to help people and how you want to be a pillar in your community. And now you starting to see you doing that now, like giving back and doing everything that you're doing, even sending out a mind what will appear to be small to some people, a tweet that's empowering your community.
Yeah, cause you just, and then it's like you speaking on shit that these other niggas use. They ain't using their platforms to say that. So I feel like somebody got to do it. Somebody got to be that light. And man, it's just every day with me, man. I wake up every day trying to see what I can do to empower our people, enlighten our people. Just do anything. I just try to help for sure. Like we
I
put here
love
to
that.
heal and help. That's what I pigment mean. We put here to heal and help.
Yeah.
So
Well, listen, I love that. And I enjoyed this conversation with you today. I'm so happy that you and I finally got a chance to sit down and speak. I'm going to get my people to get with your people because I got some beautiful journals I want to send you. Um, and you and I will speak again.
for sure.
Congratulations on everything and everything you got going on.
I appreciate you.